It's preparing right now, fellas.
Live. We live, family.
What's going on, everybody? Good evening. Sorry with technical difficulties, but we are here. We are ready to roll. It happens. It's the way life is these days. You know, things happen. So we have a special guest today. Lamar D. Moss going to walk us through guns, gun protection, walk us through a lot of different various firearms and just give us some info. We want to pose the question to our family. What forms of home security or home defense do you currently use? We also want to educate everybody as much as possible. And Will, what's going on today?
Hey man, I'm blessed, glad to be here. To your question, John, I don't have nothing, man, and I know that's not gonna work.
You got water, you got some knives, you got a dag or something.
I was going to say butter knife, steak knife is not gonna get it.
Shoot.
I did have one time. I did have a machete, but that's not gonna get it. You remember that, John, when I had the machete. But that's all I got, and I just have a feeling that that's just not good enough. But we're looking for the family definitely to chime in. I know the brother Tyrone always makes a way for everybody to come in on his feed, chime in. And the show, this is an important show. I'm really excited about the show because we titled the show Guns in the Black Community, the Right to Bear Arms. And Mr. Moss, he doesn't want me to call him Mr. Moss, but Lamar Moss of LDM, Ballistics is going to break the law down as well as give us a great show. But that's our question. Tyrone, what's your home defense of option?
Because we're live, I won't say everything. I don't want them to come back and bite me, but I will say that I'm excited about this show so that I can learn the proper and the right way to get done what I need to get done. However, I do have a security system, and I have an aluminum bat that's by the front door and posted elsewhere. So we'll leave it at that. And I have a dog.
Killer.
No doubt. Well, we have to ask our not only our family, John, but also brother Lamar there. I know it's probably not fair to ask you this question. So let's do it like this. We had to adapt your question. Your question, before you got into the trade that you're in, what were you using to defend your home and yourself?
So, well, first I want to say, I want to thank you guys for having me on the show. You guys, I'm a subscriber. You guys have been doing some good things, and I encourage everybody that's watching this to subscribe because you brothers are doing some really good things, really good topics, and I hope it's not the last time that I'm on the show. So, with that being said, you want to talk about home protection. So, if someone does break into your home, that they're going to see the bat, and that bat will be used against you. So, I too have, I too have dogs myself. I have 2 pit bulls. So, no one's really coming to my door without me knowing it, or any door for that matter, without me knowing it. And then within seconds, I have guns placed around my home to where I can get to them, no matter where I am, within about 3.7 seconds, no matter where I am. But everyone doesn't have that, you may rely on ADT or some sort of home security system. But the fact of the matter is, law enforcement can never get there in time. I can tell you this right now, they can't. You can call 911, your alarm can call 911. By the time they get to your home, it's over. It is over. And it's all there. At that point, it'll just be a crime scene. You know what I mean? So if you don't have a weapon to protect yourself, you're going to lose this battle. I mean, it's just simple as that. You have to have some sort of weapon, whether it be a shotgun, a handgun, whatever it is, whatever your preference is. I encourage you to get it because you're going to need it.
Indeed. Indeed.
And in this day and age, with everything, absolutely do need it. I mean, when you look at what's going on, I started my business last year, and I started LDM Ballistics last year, and I had to change up my my business plan because I wanted to open up a storefront, but that wasn't possible with COVID because everyone was buying up everything. So I wouldn't have even had any inventory. So it made no sense. So I took the site down. And what I do now is I focus on just individual orders. If you can see above my head, if you email me at orders@LDM Ballistics, I can pretty much find you whatever it is you need. I can't say that I can get it tomorrow, but I can find it, you know, probably a lot quicker than you can. But, you know, I say all that to say, you know, whatever you choose as your home security system, I don't care if it's an alarm, it can be an alarm. You have to have a firearm. You know, you just have to. There's no way around it. There's no way to protect yourself if someone can't be there in time. They can't. I mean, you think about, you know, you look at mass shootings around the country and they're popping up everywhere, right? I'm willing to bet you if you were able to speak to any of those victims that were part of those mass shootings and ask them, hey, what do you think you would have made out better if you had a gun? I'm pretty sure all of them would say yes. And I probably would tell you this, before the shooting happened, they probably were opposed to guns, but now they are, you know? And you look at, you know, politicians, they every year they try to do gun reform, but they do it in the wrong way. You know, like for instance, Biden wants to ban assault rifles and so on and so forth, but that's not the problem. You know, that doesn't fix the problem. The problem is you're going about it the wrong way. You need to fix how we're able to obtain these weapons. That's what you need to fix. So I don't know if you know it or not, but like I'm a licensed firearms dealer, all right? When you come to me and you want to purchase a firearm, I'm going to do a background check on you. It's going to go to the ATF. If it comes back clean, then fine. You can purchase the firearm that you wish to purchase. But if you have a felony and you wanted to purchase a firearm, it's very easy for you to go into a gun show in Texas, and it is legal to be an unlicensed firearms dealer and sell weapons in Texas. So, which means that they're not obligated to do a background check on you. So if you wanted to get a gun, you can just go to a gun show in Texas, find a little section where there are unlicensed gun dealers, and just go buy a gun from them. And then you walk out with no problem. A lot of people don't realize that. So that's a big problem because you can't trace these weapons. You have no idea who has them because they aren't required to, you know, do any type of paperwork on them. So it's so easy for them to get it. I mean, you think about most states, it's easier for you to purchase a weapon than it is to register to vote. That's a problem within itself too, right? Mm-hmm. You know, so, you know, I tell people, you know, not only should you arm yourself, you know, you should learn how to use that weapon too. You know, just buying it doesn't mean anything if you can't use it. I mean, if you have a gun and you can't shoot it, what good are you? It doesn't do you any good. You know, if you have 9 shells in your gun and you can't aim, you're not going to hit your target. You're dead. You know, it does you no good. So I encourage you to, you know, enroll in a class. There are hundreds of classes out there. There are hundreds of instructors out there. Go to your local gun range. Also, we talked earlier about obtaining a weapon. So I can't speak directly on, you know, laws, simply because I'm in Texas and there are people watching this all over the country. I can't tell you what your state laws are, but what I do is I encourage you to look them up and see what the state laws are so that you know what your rights are, how to purchase a weapon. Are you allowed to carry it? Can you carry it on your person? Can you conceal it? You know, are you allowed to transport it in your car? You know, I can't speak on that because I don't want to tell anybody anything wrong. I can only speak about Texas. So I encourage you, you know, when you finish listening to this podcast, go out to your, you know, state, local, you know, website and figure out what the laws are, you know, in your area, you know, because a lot of them are strict. I know some of you guys are probably in Maryland, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Maryland has some very strict gun laws, like, you know, like certain calibers are illegal. I don't think you can have a handgun with more than, is it 8 or 10 shells, something like that?
Like that.
Right. So like here in Texas, I could buy 15, you know, something that carries 15 is no problem, you know. And I think in Maryland, you have to take a class and get a license to even purchase a gun. Is that correct?
You do.
Right. So Texas, you don't need that. You just walk in the store, show them your ID. As long as you have no felonies or anything, you can walk out with a gun. It's that simple. And Texas is trying to pass a new law where you don't even have to take a class anymore. You just basically, as long as you're 17 with no felonies, you're good to go. You know what I mean? So that's what they're doing down here. I don't know what they're doing in any other state, so I can't speak on that. So again, I encourage you to, log onto your state's website and figure out what it is that, you have to do and what qualifies you to actually purchase a weapon.
Lamar, if I could ask you, you were speaking to me offline about the constitutionality of bearing arms in this country, Second Amendment right.
Second Amendment, right.
Right. We as a community, and forgive me for any of your family if you think I'm saying this in air or if I'm speaking for you, but my feeling is that we don't talk about the Second Amendment when it comes to our own defense and protection enough. And that reminds me of why the Black Panthers began in 66, 67, and 68 to defend their own communities from police brutality and harassment. Right. Can you speak on the constitutionality of it?
All right. And so just to add on to that, the constitutionality of it is, when the Second Amendment was initially written, it was written to, lawfully allow a militia to arm themselves to protect themselves against, a foreign state. You know what I mean? So it didn't initially mean every person in the U.S., could lawfully carry a weapon. That's not what it intended in the beginning. But as the years went by and everyone challenged it, and it actually went through the Supreme Court, they ruled that, it does constitute that everyone. And so I can guarantee you right now that, in New York, you have states like New York, Connecticut, and Vermont, and some other states. They're going to have to change their laws here soon because they're challenging these laws. Like it's constitutional to tell them that they cannot carry a weapon. And it's about to, since the Supreme Court has said, hey, look, you can carry a weapon. You have a constitutional right to carry a weapon. And a lot of us in the Black community don't exercise that right. You talk about the Black Panthers. They exercised their right to carry weapons, but they were also labeled as terrorists when they did it. You know what I mean? So there's this stereotype, with a Black man carrying a weapon. Well, we have to end that. You know what I mean? We have to end it. And the only way we can end it is we have to exert our right just like they are. I carry everywhere I go. It doesn't matter where I am. Gas station, Walmart, wherever. I don't care where it is, I'm going to carry. And the reason why is because in this environment with everything going on, I don't want to be the type of person ask yourself this question, if you're out at the supermarket getting behind a box of Apple Jacks, or you want to be the person returning fire? That's an easy question, So that's the reason why I carry it, because nowhere is safe. I mean, you can't even go to church. What was the guy's name? Was Dylan?
Yeah.
Dylan Roof.
Whatever, Roof, was that his name?
That was
Who
it.
Shot the church up? I believe that's his name was Dylan Roof. Yeah. So, you can't even go to a house of prayer or worship and be safe, and you see people in Walmart and other convenience stores, nowhere is safe. You don't know when someone is just going to just lose it and just decide, you know what, I'm just going to kill as many people as I can. Well, as long as I'm not, the way I see it, as long as I'm not the first person that's shot, I think I have a chance, because if I hear the gunshot, I have a weapon on my hip. I can at least identify where it's coming from, and at least, protect myself, return fire. Find whatever shelf of Lucky Charms or whatever it is you can find, and praying that you don't get shot. That's not going to be me. I'm sorry. I can't go out like that. That's just unacceptable. So you think about, all of these, there are militias in every state, whether you know it or not. And Texas has one of the largest militias in the country, right? So they exercise their right. So why don't we exercise ours? What is the big problem with that? I don't understand why we don't exercise our right. And I get people ask me all the time, why do you always carry a weapon? I'm like, why don't you? I don't understand why you're not carrying. I mean, these people are crazy out here, and they exercise their right. We have to exercise our right. I mean, we are American citizens just like they are, and we have the same rights that they have. Although, that's another topic. Although, we can't do everything that they do, but you still have the right to carry a firearm. And that's what I do. And again, I want to reiterate what I said earlier. Just because you have a firearm doesn't really mean anything. You have to train for that. You have to know how to use it. You can't develop bad habits and think that you're going to be successful or even be of any help to anyone, if you don't know how to use that weapon. You know what I mean? So it goes to, okay, I want to purchase a weapon, but what am I purchasing? And why am I purchasing it? What am I using it for? Is it for home? Is it for home? Are you protecting your house? Are you just walking around every day? What are you using this gun for? So that's what you have to ask yourself before you even go and purchase a gun. Are you hunting? I hunt. My little brother and we're actually shooting a black hunting show. So that's really unusual because you don't see black guys on hunting shows, do you? So we're out shooting. We're shooting a hunting show called Meet Me Outside. So we have about one more shoot, and then we'll submit that, and hopefully we'll see where that takes us. So I hope you guys look out for that. And we're also going to start a YouTube channel, and we're going to compare firearms, which will help educate you on certain firearms. Compare them. Why should you buy this one? Why should you not buy this one? What problems are you going to encounter with certain firearms? So we're going to do that, here soon. So be on the lookout for that. I'll let you guys know that too. So I'd like to even bring my little brother on when we start that YouTube channel, and we'll come on and do our first show on your Triple Crown podcast. Hope we could do that and help educate your listeners as well as ours. So
Yes.
Yeah, it's all about educating yourself about, one, your rights, two, what weapon do I need? You started out the question, what weapon do you have to secure your home? And everybody has their own personal opinion. I will tell you this: the first weapon that I would tell you to get is a shotgun, 12 gauge. And one of the reasons why I tell you to get it is because once you cock that 12 gauge, it's an international language. I don't care where you're from, you know what that sound is. And if you're someone that's not supposed to be in the home that you're in, you hear that, you're probably going to turn around and go the other way. It's international language. Everyone knows what that is. Everyone. And I would tell you to get that 12 gauge, preferably. And then, for my ladies that are in the house, ladies, you really need to arm yourselves. You guys are really more at risk than anyone ever before. And you really need to arm yourselves. And depending upon, the size of the woman, 380s, a compact 9mm is always something that I would suggest a woman to get because it's very, very small. It's still going to pack a punch, and you can handle it. It'll fit in your purse. It could fit in your pants, which leads me to my next thing. I forgot, JP. Will and Tyrone, I actually, there's JP. I actually was successful in submitting a patent for a pair of concealed carry pants that I designed, and the patent was approved about 2 weeks ago. So
Cue the money dance music.
So I'm going to be coming out with a concealed carry pants line. I'm also going to do a female line for them, a military line, and a law enforcement line. So that's coming real soon. So I got a lot on my plate right now, but I'm pretty sure I can get it done. So be on the lookout for that. I'll make sure that you guys get a pair. All right.
I appreciate it.
But you have to promise me. But you have to promise me before I send you the pair, you have to at least purchase a handgun.
Okay.
Send it now.
A lot of people have them. They just need to get legal.
Right.
Right.
So let's be clear. It's not only a bat. I just need to get legal now.
Okay.
But I want to go and address questions that have come through. And
Okay.
One is Lamar, are you a member of the National African American Gun Association?
MAGA.
Also, is there any value to joining that association versus the NRA?
So I'm not a member of either. And I think what you're referring to is MAGA. and I'm not a member of either. Now, there is a chapter here in Dallas, and it's on my list to reach out to the president of that chapter and speak with him. But as a firearms dealer, I don't want to isolate myself to one group of people, which is the reason why I haven't joined one of the organizations. So I don't want to, because when you start putting those insignias on your web page and things of that nature, some people might get offended by it, and they may not want to do business with you because you're a member of the NRA. Some people don't like the NRA, or they may see that I'm a member of MAGA and they don't like that. So I don't want to isolate myself, just because I'm a retail firearms dealer, and my goal is to sell as many firearms and tactical gear that I can. So I can't subject myself to any type of controversy to that end. As far as the advantages of joining those organizations, I mean, yeah, there are advantages to joining either one of those organizations. You get discounts and things like that to local shooting ranges and firearm shops and things of that nature. You have to look into it. Again, you have to look into it yourself and see what the chapter in your state offers you, to see what benefits it will be for you, and decide whether or not it's even worth it, So as a retail dealer, I kind of stay away from them, to be honest with you.
Got you. What would you say to someone who understands the need to have, a gun for protection, but scared? What would be the way that you would tell them to, train themselves? How did they get, comfortable with it or whatever?
So when you say scared, I'm assuming you mean that they're scared of firearms. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. So what I say to people a lot? I say, I don't know why you're scared of firearms. The last time I checked, guns don't kill people. People kill people. The gun can't do anything that you don't tell it to do. You know what I mean? So again, let's go back to what I said earlier. You purchase the firearm, and you take some classes, and you get trained on it, and you learn how to use it. And once you learn how to use it, I would imagine that fear would go away, because you know what you're doing. You're comfortable. You like, I carry every day, and I carry wherever I go. I have no doubt in my mind that I'm not going to shoot myself. I'm not going to accidentally discharge my weapon or anything like that, because I understand gun safety. I understand how to handle it. My mind that, I can accidentally shoot myself. No, that's not going to happen, because I understand gun safety, and I've held the gun and dealt with the gun for so long that I know what I'm doing. So as far as the scared part, I get it. Life. So I get it. But again, with the proper training, I think that'll go away. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just posing a question. Is it true that in some states, if you have a medical marijuana card, you cannot have a gun permit?
You froze up there.
I think it might be you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. If you, the question is it true that in some states, if you have a medical marijuana card, you cannot have a gun permit? And do you agree with that?
Can you repeat that question one more time?
Sure. In some states, is it true that you cannot have a gun? Let me make sure I want to pose the questions right. In some states, if you have a medical marijuana card, you cannot have a gun permit.
That is true.
Do you agree with that?
That is true. I don't agree with it. Like, for instance, if I went out and applied for a marijuana medical card, they would probably take away my firearms license. So I can't get it. I don't agree with it, but it is true here in Texas. Now, you said in some states. I want to reiterate again, I cannot speak on other states, okay? I can only speak on Texas because that's where I live, and I don't want to tell you anything wrong. But, again, I encourage you to look up, the laws in your state, in your particular state, so that you know exactly what it is and what you can and can't do. So, as these states begin to legalize marijuana, it's interesting, that, they're like, okay, we're legalizing marijuana, but you can't have a marijuana license and a permit to have a gun. I don't know how that law is going to affect the new Texas law, where, you just walk in and just put your license on the table and you purchase the gun. I don't know how that's going to work if you have a medical marijuana license. Will you be flagged? I don't know. I have to look that up. That is a good question. When I find out, I'll be sure to, let you know. But I don't know the answers to that. But I do know, to answer your question, here in the state of Texas, if you have a medical marijuana card, you are not going to be able to purchase a firearm. You can't, because it's considered a narcotic. And if you are under the influence of a narcotic, you should not be handling a firearm. Now, I do agree with that.
Any other questions, Tyrone? Anybody else got anything they want to say out there?
So a lot of people are definitely just agreeing, talking about, training is important. We did have someone ask, will you decorate the jeans for women's with rhinestones and glitter? We have a couple of comedians in our
that's fine.
And like to throw that stuff out there.
And that's fine. Tell them to hold tight, because my female line is gonna come out, and I'll do some rhinestones for you ladies. Don't worry, I got you.
Well, you don't worry, he got you.
Can we get a 20% off of the new pants line?
Somebody asked for 20% off on the
already.
10 to 20
already.
So in between, so maybe do 15.
All right. No, I'll tell you what. I'll even do this. So I'll tell you right now, law enforcement and military get a discount off the break. First responders off the break with me. I don't care if you're buying firearms or tactical gear with me. You get a discount with me off the break. And I even extend that to teachers. All right. So you're gonna I even extend that to teachers. So now I'll do this for your listeners. All right. If you are a Triple Crown subscriber, I will definitely give you 5% off the break.
We're gonna put that out there, brother. Good looking out,
5%.
Man.
You tell me you're a Triple Crown subscriber, I'll give you a discount right then and there.
No, don't tell them. You got to screenshot it and prove it so that don't take no word of mouth. Nah.
I mean, you are recording this. I mean, I can't go back on my word now.
Screenshot it, and then we'll talk about it.
I'm gonna send you a pair of extra slim pants.
You know what? You don't even need to go there, brother, because we can go there if you want to go there, sir.
We appreciate that though, Lamar, truly, and all your expertise. And Tyrone, shout out to the Triple Crowns royal family. I don't know if it's Tyrone folk, JP's folk, or Lamar's folk himself, but thank you all for joining the conversation, asking these questions in the comments. And the brother, gave a really kind discount, because I'm like, what? Y'all asking for discounts already, Lord?
Yeah,
but anyway.
they are. Look at JP's sister asking for it. I get mine already. Lord have mercy, Nisha. So Tyrone and William, I know we talked about this, so I'm not sure how long this is going to last, but before we go, I wanted to do like a little demonstration, just to like a little educational thing, for people who actually have handguns right now. So JP, I know you have your handgun, and I know that this will help you out because you don't know how to do it yourself. So this is what I'm talking about when I say you need to educate yourself on the weapons that you actually have, because you need to know how to operate them. You need to know how to take them apart and clean them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little demonstration for taking a handgun apart. Okay.
This is so cool, man. I can't believe I'm about to watch this.
Give me a second here. I'm gonna turn this camera. I'm gonna turn this camera around. Yeah, I'm gonna take my background off. I'm outside, so it's a beautiful day in Texas. So I've brought out about 5 weapons that I have around the house. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. I brought out, like I said earlier, an AR Blackout 300. I brought that out. And I have brought out a 12 gauge and a Thompson 100. I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys can't see this.
We can see.
Okay, so I have 2 cameras here. So this weapon right here is a Thompson 308. It's got a muzzle brake on the end of it. I don't know if you can see that right now. It's not a silencer. There's a difference between a silencer and a muzzle brake.
And move your elbows, brother. We can.
Sorry. So hold on. Let's do this.
They don't have no more lotion down in Texas.
Shut up. So yeah, there's a difference between a silencer and a muzzle brake. So it has that. It has a nice little scope on here that I can probably pick you off with more than 300 yards. So it's 2 football fields. And then I have my shotgun here, which is painted blue. This is my Nipsey tribute. So I have two handguns here. One is an SD40, Smith & Wesson SD40, and this one is a Taurus G2. Right here, it's a compact 9, and this is a Blackout 300. So we're gonna do a little demonstration on how to take these handguns apart. And I apologize for my arms. I have two different cameras going here, so I hope you guys can see. So we're gonna do the SD first. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that this weapon is on, okay? So it really would not be a good idea if you pull this trigger and it's loaded, all right? So the first thing we're gonna do is, we're gonna do it twice. That way, if you notice, there's no clip in the bottom of this. So I can see all the way down. So I know there's nothing in here, right? This weapon, however, is loaded, okay? So I'm gonna unload it. I'm gonna take it out, and there's one in the chamber. Boom, it's out. But again, and I know it's empty, right? Easy. I like to do this move where you take the gun upside down, take your hand, and do this, and just lift up on the gun. JP, are you doing this with your gun?
I mean, I'm already done. I'm way ahead of you. But
Okay,
go on.
no, that's not what you need to do. That's not what you need to do. So take that off. There you go.
I got it off.
So take the gun, take your hand, lift it up some. So now, so is it right here, JP? There are two little levers. Put toward the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
See them? So
Yeah.
while you are holding this back, you need to pull those two levers down. So you're not even holding it the way I showed you to do it. So then it comes right off.
Turn this off.
So
You on
let's
delay.
start over for the
Keep
remedial
freezing.
people.
Hey, look, you keep freezing.
Let's start over
Get
for the
your
remedial
illegal
people in the room.
internet right.
All right, so
Go ahead.
JP, look, listen. Take the gun,
Got it.
take your hand,
Mm-hmm.
lift up on it.
I lifted
You
up.
see the two levers? Do you see the two levers? There's one on each side.
I don't see no two levels.
Here, let me show you. Hey, hold on, let me do this. See this lever right here?
I got one. Yeah.
There's
Oh,
one on
yeah.
each side.
Yeah.
There's one on each side. You see them?
Yeah.
One on each side. You see them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So now take the gun, lift it up some, and pull those two levers down. Pull them down, and then let it go. Once you let it go, then you pull the trigger. Comes right off.
Hold on. He said pull.
You realize once you take this off, there's the spring, which is usually what you're going to take off in oil, and that's about it. The spring and the barrel right here come out. Did you get yours off?
No, not yet, brother. Hold on. I'm getting there.
Okay, so I'm kind of glad you didn't, because sometimes it's a little difficult. All right. So I have this Smith & Wesson G2 right here, right? So this G2, I'm sorry. Smith & Wesson SD40. Sometimes
We can't hear you. Move back close to the phone. We can't hear.
okay. Sometimes this one gives me a little problems. All right. And yours may be doing this too.
Yep.
So it doesn't allow you to pull both levers down at the same time, right? So you may have to do one at a time, but you still take the gun, grab it, and lift it up. See how it comes up?
Yep.
Take the lever. On this one, I have to take one at a time. I take one, then I let go, and I flip it over and pull the other one down. Well, I messed that up. Hold up. Try one more time. Take one, and I try to grab the other one. If you hold that one down, and then you turn it over and pull the other one down, you should be able to take it right off. Hold on.
Nope.
And then it comes right off. But keep in mind, notice I had to do one at a time.
Yeah.
So you have to work with it sometimes. It looks like, what model of handgun is that? Is that an SD40?
No, it's not. This is 6 hour.
Okay, so let's put it back together.
I got
So the trick is take your hand again, pull up on it so that you see it. Then you pull down that lever and make sure it stays down. And that one didn't stay down, so I gotta try it again. Stay down, let it go slowly, and then flip it over, do the other side, pull the trigger, then it'll come off.
Every time I pull my trigger, my hammer cocks off. I'm dry. Try this. Might be back here.
See, sometimes it takes you a few times. Like, for instance, like I told you, this one gives me problems all the time.
So Lamar, the reason I'm asking again as a novice, this is part of the safety measure, I would imagine.
Yeah.
That disallows you to just, fire the discharge gun.
You want to clean your weapon like everybody has their own opinion, but you want to clean it like every 250 shots. You want to clean it, keep it clean. So, but like I said, handguns, it could be difficult. Like I said, this SD40 gives me problems all the time. But like I said, those two levers, JP, is all you need to get down. And once you get those levers down, it should come right off. Oh, I slipped it. Dang it. So even someone like me, I still have problems with this one. So don't think that it's you. Sometimes they're just not that easy to get off. So
yeah, this joint isn't easy to get off at all. We can do that offline, brother. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we'll do it offline.
All right, anything kicking live from the
Just so
people.
y'all know, the people are saying that JP's hard-headed. Lord, y'all see JP, we're gonna be here all night. Don't break a nail, Lamar, trying to get it off. Lamar, you're ready to hold his mouth the right way. So yeah, but people are definitely enjoying the show between Lamar and JP's.
You know what? Everybody that I'm gonna find you, we're gonna block.
See, so you keep doing it, Jay, you'll get it off, If you think, when you look at it, it's really only two pieces. The barrel and the spring is all that's in here, really. You take those out, and you're good to go.
Yep.
Like I can take this one out, like the spring. Hopefully it won't pop out on me right in my face.
Oh man.
Here's the spring. And here's the barrel. So to put it back together, stick the barrel back in.
Well, hold on, the cleaning portion.
I don't have my cleaning tools out here. This one doesn't need to be clean right now. So
all right.
As you can see, it's pretty clean.
Yeah, well, yeah. So y'all
put that back in.
There's a tool that you just stick it in and you do this little.
Yeah, and then you put the spring back in. Put it on the right lever. It's right there. And you're good to go. Just lever a little bit down further. There we go.
Can y'all see? Hold it up a little bit more. Angle that thing there.
Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry.
Don't pull a bullet through your screen there.
Sorry about that. But yeah, so I mean, this is all a part of maintenance and making sure that your weapon is clean. Make sure you know how to use the weapon, and that way, you're not scared of the weapon.
Brother Lamar, do you have time to show us proper stance when holding a handgun? Do you have
when holding a handgun?
Yeah, can you show us a stance?
Yeah, man, get your leg straight.
So if you look at the handgun, you're gonna see a groove right here. You're gonna see a groove right there for your finger there. Flip it over, you're gonna see another groove right there. I'm gonna hold this gun like this. And my thumb is right here on this one. My other fingers are here. And this is going to give me, I can't, well, you can't see that. This is going to give me, it's going to allow me to fire this weapon and be accurate with it, looking down the sight. And it reduces the kick if I've got both hands on it. Keep in mind, if you notice what I'm holding, my finger is nowhere near this trigger, is it?
No.
Never touch that trigger unless you're ready to fire it, period. I don't care what you're doing, which is where I told you earlier, I'm not afraid this is going to discharge. Why? Because I know I have to touch the trigger. The only way it's going to fire is if I touch the trigger. I'm sighting up what I'm aiming at. My fingers are nowhere near this trigger. I can step back some. And I'm pretty sure I have pretty good control of this gun. I'm pretty sure I can hit whatever it is I'm aiming at.
Right.
Notice
So how
I didn't do this.
Right.
This is not. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. No.
Break yourself, fool.
Yeah, we're not breaking no fools around here. No. It's hold this, get it squared up, lined up, down sight, and boom.
Tell them about the thumbs on the same side and everything. Tell them about that grip.
So, I mean, it depends really, if you're right-handed, left-handed, whatever you are. I don't, everybody's different. I'm actually right-handed, but the weird thing is I shoot a rifle southpaw, but I shoot a gun with my right hand. So I don't know why that is. And I do a lot of things weird like that, but I use my left hand a lot. I don't know why, but
Weirdo.
Yeah, you can call it weirdo. Yeah, but if I picked up this
Brother
AR,
Lamar, I had another question. The family couldn't see your stance, but can you just describe it? You don't have to stand up. As you're holding a gun, how are your legs and feet and your weight positioned? Can you explain that?
Right.
Back up more. Show us that stance, brother.
If you want to, what you want to do is I guess the easiest thing to do is to say, put your good foot forward, right? So if I'm shooting a gun and I'm right-handed, I'm gonna have my right foot in front, my left foot behind me, supporting me, So I'm not standing straight up. You can stand straight if you want to, but I think you'll do better if you have your left foot back. If you're right-handed, you have your left foot back, right foot forward.
Thank you, brother. Because I know we see these films, we idolize what these actors do, and it's not against the actors, but there's a real life component to this situation.
Yeah, I would say don't do what you see on TV. Please don't.
Don't mimic.
Because if somebody with a gun is holding it sideways and shooting at me, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably just going to duck down and wait for them to empty out the clip, because they're not going to hit anything. And then once I hear click, click, then I'm coming. I'm not even gonna try to engage into a firefight with somebody like that. I'm like, this person doesn't know what they're doing. They're just firing off shots. And again, I said that earlier. When you don't know how to use the weapon, it's useless. You might as well throw it. I mean, it's only as good as your training. If you can't shoot it accurately, you might as well just throw it like a rock, because it's not gonna do you any good. It's just not. So I stress, educating yourself, getting some training, and training is everywhere. There's if you're ever in the Houston area, there's a guy named Tactical Carl. I like his videos. If you go on Instagram and find him, follow him. He does a lot of tactical stuff, and he does a lot of stuff with women as well. So I encourage you, look at the laws. Everybody, if you learned anything from this podcast tonight, let's do a checklist. Learn what the laws are in your state as far as guns are concerned, and go and get a gun. Okay? Don't just look up the law. Look up the law and figure out what you have to do to get a gun. Get it. As Tyrone said, get legal, of course. We'll tell you to do that. And then once you get the firearm, go get some training. Go get some training on how to use that firearm, because again, I can't stress to you enough, if you don't know how to shoot it, you might as well throw it as a rock, because it's no good to you at all. And you would think, because you watch movies and these guys are shooting these handguns and they don't miss. I can tell you right now, that's the movies. Okay, that is the movies. Handguns are probably the hardest ones for me, in my opinion. Like with the rifle, I'm a lot more accurate with a rifle, you know, whether it be the AR or that Thompson up there. It's like once you're on a scope, you're through. But these handguns are a little different. You know, you got a lot of kick with them, and, you know, you got to learn how to use it, get used to it, you know, and prepare for it. So again, with the checklist, educate yourself on your state laws, go purchase a weapon, and then not only just purchase it, educate yourself with it. You know, go to your local range and, you know, ask them, do they have classes? I'm pretty sure that they're going to tell you yes. So, or get with someone that you know knows how to use the weapon, and then go out with them, you know. So, you know, do that. And I encourage people also, you know, we didn't talk about this, you know, it's like I shut my site down when I started business because there was nothing available, because everyone was, you know, very little. Only the big box stores really have things that are available. So I've been stockpiling for over a year now. So I have a lot of, you know, out of my own personal stash, but not a whole lot. But I encourage you to, you know, get the weapon and go hunt. You know, get back to our roots. I mean, we're so used to going to the grocery store and buying everything. You know, if the grocery store shut down, what would you do?
Die. Cereal. Rob.
What would you do? You know, in my freezer, I have hog meat, deer meat. I've got all kind of meat in there. Chorizo. I've got sausage. You know, from hogs and things that we've killed. My brother and I have killed. So, you know, if the grocery store shut down, what would you do?
Lord have mercy. Please don't let that happen ever.
That's a great point. Well, Brother Lamar Moss, we really appreciate you. We're coming to the ending of our program, but okay. Sir, your knowledge, your kindness with the sharing with the family, the discount, taking the time. I did not expect, family, that this brother would have a whole setup for us. So I'm pleasantly surprised, not only, you know, that he came on, but also had a setup, also showed us stance, how to break the gun down and clean the gun. Well, John was talking more about it, but, you know, we really appreciate you, Brother Lamar.
I appreciate you guys having me too. You know, it was a pleasure. I've been looking forward to it since you guys invited me. So I'm glad. I'm going to continue watching you guys. Like I said earlier, you guys are doing a lot of good things. So everyone that's listening now, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to these brothers, and check them out. I mean, I don't think it's a waste of your time. I think you learn something. Maybe you can even input on what they're talking about. So, you know, we'll all learn something. And I hope you all learned something today.
Yep. LDM Ballistics. Check them out.
LDM Ballistics.
Yep. On Instagram, LDM Ballistics.
So yeah, you can find me on Instagram at LDM Ballistics. If you're looking for something in particular, and I'll put that in the chat thing, you can email me at orders@ldmballistics.com. I'll try to put that in the chat real quick. Because like I said, I'm only really doing individual orders right now. And orders and ballistics is spelled with 2 L's, just so you know. So like, for instance, like I get a lot of emails, hey, can you look for me a Glock, find me a Glock? Okay, those are pretty hard to find, right? Now, I will tell you this, which is kind of wild. The one thing that I can get within a couple of days is I can get an AR. Now, I can't purchase one that is fully like this, like together, but I can get the parts and put it together for you and have it to you within a week. So they don't have them already assembled, but I can get all the parts, put it together for you in like a week and have it to you. And then you're good to go. You can get out there and light it up.
Wow. And
if you notice, this one is modified. I've got forearm grip. I've got scope, obviously. So this one's been modified, and I can modify them to whatever specs that you want, you know, depending on what you want to do with it. So, you know, and I hunt with this as well. So
wow.
And
take down some hogs with that.
Those are illegal in Maryland, right? We can only do what, 10 something?
I think you guys can only do 22 caliber.
Right.
So what I just showed you would be illegal in Maryland.
That's correct.
Don't know about it. Just my order is in.
All right. Before we get to peaceful journey and remarks, Tyrone, you got anything from the family before we say goodbye peacefully? Unmute, my brother.
thanks to those who have subscribed and put it in there subscribed. Chris did our amazing producer put the steps down that Brother Lamar listed all with them, so those steps are there. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks those who have subscribed. Lamar, you got a lot of thanks from some of your family who's joined, as well as others who don't know you. Say thank you for being here, and everybody, folks I'm excited thanks for being here. This needs a repeat with focus on how Black people get armed and staying ready. Comment. So that's absolutely so. There will be a repeat.
I tell you this. I enjoy myself so much that you guys need anything from me. You want to do another show? Just JP knows how to find me, and we'll focus it on whatever you want to focus on. Like I hate it that I couldn't really get into laws too much because of the different states. But if we do this again, I promise you that I will do more research on every, like, if you give me certain states, and I will give you the laws on those states so that because I have to know that too, because JP know I used to live in Maryland, DC area, so a lot of my people are still up there and they contact me and they want weapons, and there are certain things that I can send and certain things I can't. So I have to know those laws. So but I just don't want to state anything right now because I don't want to confuse anybody. I don't want anybody. Well, Lamar said, well, no, let's wait until. We could actually put the law up on the screen so you guys can see it. So I think that would be much better for you. So I don't want to confuse anyone, because I'm down in Texas and this is pretty much the Wild Wild West. So
open season.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for your graciousness, John. Before you close out, I want to shout out our crown jewel from the week. She is a fantastic teacher. Her name is Elena Ross Jones. This sister, check this out. Baltimore City statistics teacher. Tyrone interviewed her last night. Monday. A City Neighbors High School teacher. She's using data to engage her student to answer this question: has slavery ended or evolved?
Oh, wow.
Has slavery ended or evolved? That is the mathematical. Wow. That is a question. She's using mathematical principles with these high school young people, and also creating a virtual museum. So she is the Triple Crown Jewel of the week. Miss Elena Ross Jones. Miss Ross Jones is always a pleasure. She is a friend of Brother Tyrone and my other podcast for education. Wow. And so I had to salute this sister for what she's doing. People like her.
So Will, how do we find out more information on that? I mean, does she have anything posted?
Yes, she does. Well, no, she doesn't have. What they're doing, that's a great question, Lamar. What they're doing right now is they're finalizing the virtual museum. So I'd imagine that once they're done with the project, she will, I guess, let us know. Okay. And then we can go ahead and support the young people in that. That's a great question, though. But that's just great work there. By her, and she did give us some of her IG information, but I'll put that on our IG page and my own page. But peaceful journey to you all, John, Tyrone. Y'all want to say good things to the people? I just want to say thank y'all and bless y'all, to may the Most High be with y'all. Go ahead, John, Tyrone.
Tyrone, go ahead, brother.
Hey, y'all already know. Come back next week. Do what you do. Share the live. Bring somebody with you next week, and we'll catch you here then.
Tell a friend. We appreciate everybody coming through. Lamar, thank you, brother. I'm gonna hit you with some orders. I know everybody else is going well, and I'm gonna get a better discount than anybody. So don't try it. Don't ask me. I hope everybody has a good week. The weather's been great. Be safe. It gets hot. People want to get hot and get outside. Please, y'all don't. Hot girl summer, hot boy summer, hot mess. Please just watch it. Be careful. All right. Let's all be peaceful. Let's all stay in love. Be with love, and go in peace, y'all.
All right. Thank you.